Hello everyone, I'm Sara, a daughter of Iran, and I welcome you to the tale of the toxic king. Or that's how you would name it if it was an American show, but now I think we should call it like the cycle of life or something, because it's from this giant book that I have here, Masnavi Masnavi, if you can see, this package of wisdom by the 13th century poet, philosopher, dancer, who knows, known as Mowlana, whom you may know as Rumi. But before we get into a full-on discussion about whether he is Iranian or not, let's just hear this really weird story, the very first story of the book, which many people believe is the essence of the book and conveys its central message. But I have to say, he didn't really write the book. These were just words coming out of his mouth while he was high on spirituality, and the students wrote them down so we can read them today. So it's very raw in a good way. Anyway, once upon a time there lived a mighty king, the best of the best. One day, as he rode out for a grand hunt, his path took him past a slave market, where his gaze fell upon a slave girl of breathtaking beauty. The king immediately fell in love with her, because that's what you do as a king in the 13th century. So of course he did what everyone does when in love. He bought the girl and took her home to make some sweet love to her on the spot. But the moment the girl got home, she fell ill so badly that nothing could help her. I guess that's how life goes. کوزه بودش آب می نامد به دست آب را چون یافت خود کوزه شکست. Pitcher in hand, he sought the water. He found the fountain. The pitcher broke. All the best physicians in the world tried to cure her, but nothing worked. The almond oil made her skin drier. Vinegar was making her sweat. Water was like fuel to fire. The king was beyond sad. جان من سهل است جان جانم اوست دردمند و خسته ام درمانم اوست. My existence is vain, she's my spirit. I'm tired and torn, she's my remedy. One night, desperate and broken, the king ran barefoot to the mosque. He prayed and pleaded, crying so much that he fell asleep there. In his dream, God spoke to him and said that a new physician would be on the way the following day. Do as he says, God said. So the next day, when the new physician arrived, the king knew he was the one. He kissed his hands and took him to the girl. The moment the new physician saw the girl, he knew what the problem was. There is no sickness like the sickness of the heart. علت عاشق ز علتها جداست عشق استرلاب اسرار خداست. The lover's ailment is different from all ailments. Love is the astrolabe of God's mysteries. But how do you know for sure that she's in love? Well, آفتاب آمد دلیل آفتاب گر دلیلت باید از وی رو متاب. The proof of the sun is the sun itself. If you need proof, do not avert your face. So to heal the girl, the physician asked everyone to leave the room and all the rooms nearby. He wanted her to feel safe. He had to act like he had a patient with a thorn stuck in their foot. First, you carefully examine them. You press on the whole foot to find where the thorn is. Make it a bit wet and use a needle, poke around it until finally you can pull it out. So the physician started telling stories, naming people and places. شهر شهر و خانه خانه قصه کرد نی رگش جنبید و نی رخ گشت زرد. His word went town to town, place to place, no shiver in her body, no blush on her face. نبض او بر حال خود بود بیگزند تا بپرسید از سمرقند چقند. She remained calm until he spoke of the sweet Samarkand, a city that was a part of Iran at the time, but now it's in Uzbekistan. So he went on, he kept doing this until he realized that she is in love with a jeweler in Samarkand. He promised to help her, but she had to keep quiet. دانه ها چون در زمین پنهان شود سر آن سرسبزی بستان شود. Only when the seed is buried in the ground will its secret turn to a green garden. So the physician asked the king to tempt the jeweler guy with prizes and bring him to the city and give him a place to stay at the castle. The king was like, why should I do that exactly? And the physician said, well, so he can sleep with your girlfriend. تا کنیزک در وصالش خوش شود آب وصلش دفع آن آتش شود. We will wait until the water of union kills the fire of love. So the jeweler arrived and the girl went back to normal. They spent 6 months together, and then the physician started poisoning the guy's drinks. Gradually, the jeweler started to look different. Every day, he looked sicker and uglier. And that's when the girl fell out of love with him. Eventually, the jeweler died and returned to the dust he had came from. دشمن طاووس آمد پر او ای بسا شه را بکشته فر او. The peacock's enemy is its feathers, so too do kings fall by their own glitter. Okay, so what just happened? Let's see the whole thing as an allegory. A common interpretation of this story is that the physician is God. And God obviously wants his people to be happy. But if so, why would he bring the lovers together only to separate them again? Well, he doesn't always heal us the way we want. He heals through truth, not comfort. We chase things we think we need. We become obsessed with worldly things, with money or certain people or our own ego. And we assume that's what we need to be happier, like the jeweler. So God, the great physician, has to show us how fragile these obsessions are and how everything is just momentary. Everything but the Holy Spirit. So that's why he does weird things like that. آن گل سرخ است تو خونش مخوان مست عقل است تو مجنونش مخوان. It is a rose, don't mistake it for blood. He is drunk on wisdom, it's not madness. And once you're free from that illusion, you'll look back and realize that the right thing was always there, at your reach. You just didn't see that you needed it. And that's when you discover true peace. Once you're ready for it, you don't even need to chase after that thing. It hunts you itself. And some things that happen are just lessons to learn from. And when they do what they need to do, they just go away. You're done with them. نیم جان بستاند و 100 جان دهد آن که در وهمت نیاید آن دهد. He gives you what you couldn't imagine. He'll take half of your soul but gives you 100 of it. Of course, this is just one interpretation. These stories unfold like mirrors. They really reflect what you bring to them. So yeah, I'm Sara, a daughter of Iran, and I can't wait to read your opinion, your perspective about this story. Thanks for watching.